it's been fun. You know, as you see, we've collected a lot of pictures and a lot of memories. But we, you know, the biggest thing I think we could do basketball parties and pizza parties or skating parties or something. But I think they, you know, you look back on this and we've collected a lot of stuff through the years, and I thought this would be something they could remember. We forget skating parties and pizza parties, but it's something to take home with them. So. about tripping. But the biggest thing, thank everybody for coming out. The slideshow, all those pictures, Kendall, Marie, Alan, and if I missed anybody, we had so many pictures. We started out, I think I started out with almost 3,000 pictures. And I still had even more. I said, I can't go through it. So I just went through them and narrowed them down to about 600 pictures. And there were still tons of pictures. So, you know, without that, you know, we wouldn't have had that slideshow. And you don't realize it. You know, it just seemed like the other day, you know, we were talking about, me and CJ were talking about, you know, starting practice and getting everything going. It flies by. So, you know, you don't realize when you're taking those pictures how quick these things go by. And they grow up quick. And I think the only ones that, they've all gotten older, but I don't think I've gotten much older, but they've all gotten older. I think I'm the only one that stays the same age. Once again, thank y'all. Appreciate the picture, because that was, that means a lot. And Kaylee, my daughter, put the slideshow together. I spent 2 days working on it and almost tore it apart. She done it in about 10 minutes. So it was, she put that together for us, and I appreciate it. I don't want to sound like we're at the Grammys or anything, but just one thing, the parents, thank y'all so much for the support. We got parents and family. You know, it's a big thing for these kids to look up and see those stands for. And I don't think, you know, even y'all, you really enjoy it, but there's so many times you don't hear those kids, they look up and it's, hey, so-and-so's here, look, they're here, and they get more excited about who's at the basketball than they do about the basketball. So the support's big, and you know, I looked up in the stands and saw people I haven't saw in years at our last game, and you know, it's big for those kids. They really thrive on it. They enjoy the support, and I know it's fun for all of us to watch it, but you know, for them, it's big, and they, you know, it's a commitment. You know, as y'all, by the time the year was over, I think we ended up playing a lot of games and a lot of practices, and it's a commitment. And thank y'all for that. Thank you for bringing them to practice, to the games, and hauling them around, because you know, I'm sure they enjoyed it. They were probably tired for the year, but I know the parents are probably more tired than they were. So thank you for that. And real quick, I want to thank Mackenzie for keeping the book. And matter of fact, Cheryl McKinney's here. She used to help me keep the book, and she got her feet stepped on. I'd run down the court. She'd keep me out of trouble, and she'd kick me in the shins. When I'd get out of line, so she'd kick me in the shins. So, but we did. If Mackenzie don't mind, Mackenzie, we got you. The team got you something. All the girls around here.
I love each and every one of you so much.
I don't have pictures.
You might not have enough.
It's always fun. Mackenzie would sometimes I'd be frustrated, and I knew I'd go through the book, and there was a couple times one time I opened the book and she left me a little note in there, so I got a kick out of that. It was fun. I think Noah, you know, Noah sometimes comes flying in and has coattails. Flying in and helping all these years. Hopefully we've accomplished something, but he's been a big part of what we've done. And the school, you know, if nobody's here, Miss Heffernan, I think, was going to try to make it. She couldn't make it, but you know, they're big support for us. You know, especially at the end of the year there at the tournament, they were announcing, helping us. You know, they helped us get Ocoee Middle Gym, and there was a lot of people involved in that, try to help us out there at the end of the year to try to, especially that last game. So I don't think, obviously, Miss Heffernan and Granny couldn't come, but we appreciate them. And my family for putting up with all this craziness. Sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. biggest thing, you know, we do this for the kids. It's, you know, for me, when we started this a few years back, a long time ago, it seems like, you know, I think Shelby and Haley's first team that I coached or helped with. And, you know, we started this years ago. Our goal was to be able to have the kids, when they go on to the next level, be able to compete and be able to dribble and pass. And when they go into these tryouts, AAU tryouts, that everybody, you know, when they say you're from Charleston, not to push you to the side, because it happened. And so, you know, my goal and our goal has been for these kids to learn how to play basketball and to be able to compete at the next level. We don't always win every game. I think that sometimes you guys don't see that there's a reason, you know, that we do things. There's a lot of situations that we could change things and possibly have a better chance of winning. But I think the biggest thing, their individual progress for me is really what I look for. I want them to be able to dribble a basketball and pass it and shoot it and to be able to do it right. And if we can accomplish that, then we won. And I think if you see our kids, you go down to some of these tryouts and you see our kids, fundamentally they're as good as any kid out there. They know how to shoot, they know how to pass, they know how to dribble, and they know the meaning of the words when they use them. And it wasn't always like that. And that's, you know, if we've accomplished anything, I hope we've set a standard for what basketball should be here at school. You know, Miss Hefner, they've got they finished third in the league this year, and you know that was an accomplishment. I think they got beat by North Lee and lost by 7 points, 6 or 7 points. But you know that's was it 6, 5 maybe? Two over. It was close. But you know we go from losing by 20 and 30 points to teams like that to being able to compete and be able to know that when we walk in the game, we've got a chance of beating the North Leagues and the Michigan Avenues, and that's a big accomplishment. I think you're going to see that even more. And I told Ms. Hefner when we talked after that game, I said, I think you see things changing a little bit. You know, you see that it's not always 2 or 3 teams, and then when we walk in the gym, we're going to get beat by 20 points every time we play. So they've got a good group of kids coming up. We got a real good group of 4th graders going to be in a 5th grade next year. So that's real exciting for next year. This group of girls, got a couple of them that's played since 1st grade. If you can see, just like Z played since 1st grade. I don't know about their 1st grade season, but from 2nd on, they won over 50 games. Finished 2nd in 3 tournaments. The one they finished runner-up in the B division 2 times. So they've had a pretty successful run. You know, as a whole, I don't know if you could find a team all the way through high school that you could take that group of girls and say they won 50 games. I don't think it's happening. So that is. We obviously finished a little short at the end of the year, but I think, you know, as you go back and you look at it, like I said, you know, the one thing we always want these girls to walk away is to be able to say that and I hope they've learned something that they can take with them, you know, for the rest of their life. That's something that, you know, we can win, and winning and losing, it's tough to lose. I hate to lose. I've always hated, I'll continue to hate to lose. But I hope they've learned more than that. And I think, you know, I think that I talk to them and the things they tell me, I think they've got things they can take with them that, you know, that carries them a lot more than just a B division tournament or a basketball game or even as they get older in life. You know, there's things that hopefully they've learned here that they can carry with them. I've enjoyed each and every one of them. You know, I think that as we got some pretty tough spots there in a couple of games, and when Megan was out, I think we all struggled a little bit at times. But you know, the biggest thing that I think this bunch have learned, and I watched them go we were up on top and dropped down probably one of the lowest I've seen this group of kids in a long time, but they bounced back, and at the end of the year they were playing good basketball and working hard and having fun. That's the biggest thing. They were having fun. They started at the end of the year, I think, having fun and enjoying playing basketball, and that's something that made a huge difference. And it made a big difference in, you know, their ability not to only play basketball, just to enjoy what they were doing every night. So that being said, we're going to get to the fun part. once again, thank everybody for coming out. We thank you for the support. I thank all these girls. You know, they made more of an impact on me than I have on them, I think, but it's been fun. We'll get to the awards, the fun part. We do these for y'all that haven't been here. What we do is we go through and we do awards. They're individual awards. We base them on things that work through the year. Some of the kids get, you know, they've had the same awards for a couple of years, and there's reasons for it. Some of them we change around, but everybody gets an award, and it's an individual award. And we do this based on things that happen throughout the year. But we'll start, girls going, y'all see it here. Yeah. All right, y'all can see. What we'll do is when they come up, listen real quick, when you come up, make sure you kind of work your way over here. You're going to get a trophy and you'll get a certificate, okay? When we call your name. You get a trophy and a certificate. Just come up through here. Coach Cole will hand it to you and then kind of hang out there so we can get some pictures, okay? All right, you got it? Everybody understand? Which way are you going?
That way.
All right.
That way.
Got it?
Joke.
Circle back around so that way you
Circle around the way.
stay out of the way. All right, the first award we're going to give out is what we call the Rising Star Award. We normally give this to a fourth graders. I think we give it to, might even get a third grader last year. But we normally give this to a fourth grader. Obviously, it's by the name. It's the Rising Star Award. This goes to a girl, a kid, just a good kid. If you come to practice, you know there's 2 or 3 of them that are always having fun at practice. And they're, you know, it's not all basketball for some of these kids all the time. They enjoy it, and sometimes it's frustrating as a coach, but sometimes it's fun. I mean, for me, whenever you're out there for 2 hours and you actually look over and the kids enjoying being out there, you know, it's refreshing to see them. So it seems like she's always having fun. One thing that if you watch her play, that she has the ability to drive the basket, and you can't teach that. And when you see it at this level, to be aggressive and be able to take the ball and go to the basket, that's something that you don't see at this level a lot. Most of the kids, until they get on up and realize their true ability, they get scared, and it's tough. She also gets the award for best hair. I don't think, if everybody would have showed up with that hairdo, I don't think that would have been the last thing I would have been the most excited. But
Can we just like freeze time to go back and then do it and then go back?
I'll probably we probably have more fun in practice with Hannah. Come on up, Hannah.
Go Hannah!
All right, our next girl, the next award we're giving Rookie of the Year, it's normally goes once again to a fourth grader. That's normally the Rookie of the Year is for somebody who obviously hasn't played before. It's tough when you start, especially now. I'm used to people start playing sports when they're 10, 11 years old. But it's tough at this level to just step in and start playing sports you've never played before. This girl's a good kid. You know, anytime you ask her to do something, she's done it. Very smart, picked up things very quickly. Didn't have to tell her twice. Didn't ever have to, I mean, if you explain something to her, she understood it. If you're watching those pictures, when you're talking, she always looked at you and listened. You can tell